Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Charmander Conquers Sinnoh. I'm getting more attached to that name as we go. Anyway, in the last part, we made our way here to Pastoria City, and then I decided to go even further beyond that and capture 2 new Pokemon who are going to be permanent additions to our team. We have got the quaggiest of the Quagsies. We got Quagsire. I nicknamed her Super. She's got a naive nature. I don't remember what that boosts. Anyway, and then we also got a Pikachu here who is Rash. I also don't remember what that boosts. I think that boosts special attack. And then Quagsire likes sweet things. Sweet. I don't remember what stat goes with sweet. You know what? It does not matter. What does matter, though, is that we are pretty much going to be taking on the next gym. Almost. Alright, anyway. But first, before we do that, we need to find things and power through this lag. Merg. Alright, so in one of these houses here, there we go, less lag, not that house. I guess it's just the outdoor areas since there's so much out here. Let's see, this one. All right, talk to the clown. You there, watch this coin. Spin, 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 spin. Now, which hand is the coin in, left or right? Bravo. A winner is you. For our winner here, I have a coin case. Yay, a coin case. All right, so the coin case is something you need to gamble. This game came out in Generation 4, which is when they started to crack down on gambling in Pokemon games or games in general. So this came out before they started to crack down on it. Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out after, so those games don't have a place to gamble. Well, technically they do, but they don't. And these ones do. Lucas, are you going to take the gym challenge? Gee, you keep getting tougher and tougher, don't you? Me, well, I went shopping at the department store and... well, of course I've been working on my Pokédex, but... The ring is my rolling sea, the towering waves shaped me. Crash, crash, crasher wake, crash, crash, crasher wake. I'm the tidal wave of power to wash you away. Put out the fire, crasher wake, run from electricity, crasher wake. Ah ha ha, the ring is my sea. I was probably supposed to do that differently. Sorry for hurting your ears with the singing, but he was singing. Hello, dude and young lady. You're challenging the gym leader, are you? Let me tell you now, she's young, but she's a born genius. I tried training with her, and I was stunned by how tough she was. Oops, I'd better tell you who I am. I'm the triple threat gym leader in Pokemon, wrestling, and song. I'm Crasher Wake of Pastoria Gym. We'll meet again. No, he's not wrong about that. ... That is a reaction. So, Lucas, good luck on your gym challenge. That is the appropriate response. Anyway, one quick thing I'm noticing about Quagsire, or an unfortunate thing I'm noticing about Quagsire, is that it doesn't actually know any water-type moves yet. It'll probably pick those up as we go. I didn't actually look it up if it has any level-up water-type moves coming along. But what I do know is we'll be able to get one after we beat Crasher Wake's gym after this one. More importantly than that, though, Quagsire has ground-type moves, and that's honestly more the reason why I picked it. When Charmeleon evolves into Charizard, it'll have a weakness to electricity, so I definitely need something that can handle electric types, although I'm going to be picking up another Pokemon that can do that, so we'll have lots of electric coverage. Anyway, we're gonna dig. If you do end up deciding to use Quagsire for yourself in this or any other game, keep in mind that while Quagsire learns a lot of special moves on its own, such as Water Gun, Mud Bomb, and Mud Shot, its physical attack is actually quite a bit higher. So Quagsire is more of a physical attacker than a special attacker, but it learns mostly special attacks. So that can make it a little bit difficult to use. It works fine in Generation 2 in my experience, but beyond that, not so much. Although, a thing to keep in mind about using Quagsire in Generation 2 is that it can't learn Waterfall. I learned that way too late into my playthrough and ended up swapping it out. I was devastated. I love my Quagsire. Feraligatr can't learn Waterfall in Generation 2 either. It's a very weird interaction. I do not know what's going on there. Alright, anyway, what we got going on here is we are digging into some Machop. Or, not Machops. These are Machokes. Machoke is the evolved form of Machop, if that wasn't already obvious. Well, it might not be obvious. Machop doesn't have any clothes on, and doesn't really look all that similar to Machoke, but I can assure you, they are related. And then I think a little bit of trivia. If I remember correctly, I think Machoke is the Pokemon that occurs most frequently in the anime outside of Pikachu. Machoke tends to be the go-to Pokemon for any sort of background work and stuff. So Machoke tends to be the one that does construction stuff, moving companies, yada yada yada. So it's a frequently recurring extra. And it's surprisingly slower than Super. Wow, you must be incredibly slow. Oh wait, no, it's a speed tie. Because, yeah, Quagsire is not fast. Getting back to Veilstone City from where I cut off last time was a treat, considering I had Super up front and I couldn't run away from some things. That made it very tricky. Alright, anyway. Let's see here. I don't know if I want to pop a potion yet. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, what we are learning from this gym, that is actually a gym, is that the player character is really ripped. Because, I mean, look at that. He pushed the punching bag all the way over there with absolutely no run-up. Alright, karate quads. And I think by battling this guy right here, we have actually made it impossible to go onto his thingamadoodad. That is a design oversight. Oof. Oof. Big time oof. Alright, anyway. Super is gonna dig. Ha! You have missed with your karate chop, for we are digging. Which actually is part of the reason why moves like Dig and such aren't really all that good. It takes twice as long to KO an opponent compared to using a regular move that would do comparable damage. But it's the best I got at the moment, so we will make do. Alright, yay, Super's getting a lot of experience, and Disney gained a level, hooray! Alright, Meditite is next. Meditite might be tricky, because they usually have Detect. Force Palm at level 25, I had to level up to level 29 to get that move. Well, this one didn't use Detect. That doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't know it, just that it didn't use it. Alright, anyway, let us Mud Bomb. Confusion. I won't be confused by you. I know my things. Anyway, other things to note about Quagsire is that on the competitive side of things, Quagsire is a very interesting critter. Quagsire is one of the few critters that, well, I'm not sure if few is the right word. Anyway, it gets an ability called Unaware, and what Unaware does is it just completely ignores the opponent's stat changes. And that is both overpowered and hilarious. So if an opponent keeps using moves like Swords Dance or other things to buff them up, and then you send Quagsire out, it'll be like they didn't do any of that. It does ignore when their stats are unchanged, or rather when their stats go down. So if you had an ally lowering their defense, Quagsire would ignore that too. But the implication of the unaware ability is just plain funny. It's your Pokemon is ignoring the opponent's stat changes, not through any special ability or anything like that, and no, it's just didn't notice them, so it doesn't apply. Very weird situation. Anyway, Quagsire fainted, so we're gonna go and heal it up at the Pokemon Center. We were running low on digs anyway. Let's see. And then the Machops and Machokes in that gym, they seem to be using a lot of Karate Chops. So Karate Chop is a move that has an increased critical hit ratio. And an increased critical hit ratio is an unfortunate thing because it means that you're going to get hit by critical hits more often. And I have said that so frequently that it's starting to sound weird. Anyway, what isn't sounding weird is the Pokemon Center jingle, I guess. I mean, it does sound a little weird because I get a little bit of lag in here too. But anyway, point is, you may end up having to nip back to the Pokemon Center more frequently in this gym than any other due to stray critical hits from the random generic trainers who are random and generic and also trainers. That was a mouthful. All right, anyway. So now that I've got 5 critters that I have been actively training, although I guess I could drop Land Shark at this point since I have Super. Yeah, Super can do it pretty much anything I'd want Land Shark to be doing. Well, that actually has me thinking maybe I should just deposit Land Shark and pull something else out that can use Cut, so that way I don't have to teach that and I can still explore a lot. Decisions. As we are conquering this gym, I will ponder that decision. But then again, holding on to Land Shark would give me the option to use it in the next gym as well, which uses water types. And unfortunately, our dear little Fire Pun will not be as useful in those gyms. Yeah, I would have been blocked off. But they usually, if they have a trainer block off your access to a thing like that, they usually make it so there's another way to go around. They generally don't soft lock you like that. Generally, but sometimes there are oversights in the program. Anyway, Krogunk! Since Krogunk is half poison, that means Super's got the advantage. Now at you, Swagger! How dare you! So, Swagger is actually a surprisingly deadly move. You may have already noticed that it boosted our attack stat and then confused us. So that is actually a very deadly combination. When your Pokemon is confused, if it hits itself in confusion, it's attacking itself with a typeless move of, I think, with 40 base power, I want to say. That move is a physical move, so the higher your Pokemon's attack stat, the more damage it'll deal. So yeah, that makes Swagger potentially deadly, especially in before Generation 8, where they nerfed the confusion status condition. So in Generation 8, if you're confused, you have a 30% chance to hit yourself in confusion. Before that, it was a 50% chance. So if you're confused, there's a 50% chance you'll hit yourself in confusion. And then that can stack with other status conditions. So if the opposing Pokemon used Attract, then that would be, you'd have a 50% chance to attack through that, and then you also have to roll for the chance to not be confused. And then if you're paralyzed on top of that, then there's an additional 30% chance that you'll just be fully paralyzed. And then if you wanted to just make things even more complicated and stupid and just, ruin your odds even more, if the opponent uses a move that causes flinching, there's a 30% chance you lose your turn to that as well. So, yeah, you can stack status conditions pretty well, or I'm not sure well is the right word. You can stack a lot of status conditions and then they'll do their things. Okay, let's see, I believe we have defeated all the trainers in this gym. And, Yeah, you have to be very careful accidentally running into these punching bags. Every time you run into them, your character will attempt to push them. And they will even attempt to push them in directions that they cannot go. Oh wait, no, there's one more trainer up there. I forgot about that guy. Alright, well hopefully Quagsire won't get swaggered again, but swagger is one of those moves the AI loves to use. The AI really, really, really likes confusion. It's annoying, and I hate it. Alright, anyway, let's battle this guy from here to make sure he doesn't block us off from anything. Yeah. Ooh, a Heracross. That is a neat critter. We are gonna go ahead and swap Super out for our Fire Pun. Alrighty, let's see. Leer. Leer's not gonna do anything to stop my Fire Puns. Alright, let's do this with an Aerial Ace. While Fire Pun has a pretty low attack stat, made worse by the fact that it's debuffed even more by its nature, Aerial Ace is still a good option to go for in this specific scenario, simply because Heracross has a quadruple weakness to flying type moves. It's half bug, half fighting. Alright, let's see here. And both of those types are weak to flying. All right, let's see. Actually, I think we need to push it down. Woo! And then I think we push this one that direction. Yes, yes we do. And then we push this one. Yeah, I missed it. How could I miss it? It was 3 feet in front of me. That way. Yosh! Alright, let's see. And then I think we need to be able to... Yes, we can wrap around that way. Alright, let's see. I don't know if we need to have this part unlocked, but let's go ahead and unlock that anyway. Alrighty. And then... boop. And boop. And then I think we boop it one more time and we'll have access to the gym leader. Yosh! Okay. Stop lagging on me, music. You're supposed to be an awesome, epic soundtrack that I really like. Alright, who's in? We now have access to Madeline. Oh, she has things on the back of her wall. I wonder what they say. All right, well, let's get our main battler ready. So I'm going to lead with Fire Pun, and I am hopeful that Fire Pun can just handle this whole thing by himself. Although I don't have anything that would boost the power of flying type moves, so maybe not, but we'll see. Let's see. In the meantime, we are going to just pop super potions here. It would be easy to just head back to the Pokemon Center, but I don't feel like it, so we're gonna pop super potions. Let's see. Let's see here. And then now that we actually have the coin case, I'm a little torn on what to do. With the coin case in our bag, we can get a bunch of coins for new TMs and stuff. A good deed for every day. One day at a time. Treasure every encounter, for it is unique. Ooh, well that's an inspirational one. They're just inspirational quotes. Anyway, let's see. But yeah, I think between Fire Pun, Disney, Yoga Pun, and Super, and Landshark, if we need her, we are all set. Hello, I'm pleased to meet you. I'm Maylene, and I'm the gym leader. I don't really know what it means to be strong or how I got to be the gym leader, but I will do the best I can as the gym leader. I take battling very seriously as the gym leader. Whenever you're ready, for I am the gym leader. Seriously, she repeated gym leader so much. All right, Maylene, I should have spent all my money before battling her just in case I lost. but that won't happen because of raisins. I don't know. All right, so Meditite is up first. Meditite will meditate and... Actually, I don't know if her Meditite knows meditate, but what I do know is we're gonna aerial ace it. Rock Tomb. I forgot her Pokemon know that. Well, I mean, it's not surprising they know that because using Rock and Fighting are very complementary types for coverage. So, yeah. And I think she also taught them that for if you come at her with a flying type, the most common Pokemon you're probably going to approach her with is none other than, what's the word I'm looking for? Staraptor, or you'd have Staravia at this point, or most likely have Staravia at this point. So, yeah. So they have Rock Tomb to counter that approach. And now I am torn on whether or not to keep Fire Pun in, because her last Pokemon is weak to fire, actually. All right, let's swap to Starly for the free swap. Although sometimes I do like to approach these gym battles the same way they do in the anime, where you're only allowed to use the same number of critters as the gym leader. I actually should have enforced that by depositing all the Pokemon I don't intend to use. Might have been neat, but whatever. We're gonna go with Meditite, Yoga Pun. Yoga Pun's gonna force your palms. Maybe I should have gone with Psychic. Yeah, Psychic might, or not Psychic, Confusion. Confusion might be the better call here. We better call Saul for that one. They do about the same. Oh no, not Strength. Machoke is so strong. Look at all that damage and a critical hit. Okay. This is turning out to be very complicated. All right, let's just go ahead and bring out Landshark then. All right, let's see here. Let's go for Slash. Let's see how much that does. Oh, wow, I expected her to heal Machoke up, but no, she just let it get KO'd. Okay. Yay, Fire Pun gained a level. And Disney gained experience, and Landshark is here too. Lucario! Oh, but this isn't the end, my friend. It rhymes because it's true. Drain Punch! So, Drain Punch is a move that they have, well, they had it in the game, and then they dropped it, and then they put it back in. Drain Punch is a move that they have a weird relationship with. Anyway, what Drain Punch does is it deals damage, and it restores HP equal to half the damage you dealt, which should be rather obvious from the fact that it has this same sound effects as Absorb and Mega Drain. Alright, which is what makes this Lucario a little bit difficult to deal with. Fortunately, we have the power of Disney. If Disney does not get one-hit KO'd by this. Disney got one-hit KO'd by that. Okay, and it didn't paralyze. Alrighty, new plan. We're gonna try to Fire Pun you. Alright, let's try Amber. Lucario's faster. Oh no, we needed that paralysis. I think I may need to grind for Maylene. Oh no, it's all up to you, Super. You're underleveled. But you got this. You have a type advantage. Let's dig. And I am thinking that it was a mistake that I didn't spend my moolahs, but it's a-okay. We will get through this together, folks. All right, let's see how much Quagsire can do with Dig. Sorry, Super. I gotta remember to use her nickname. Ooh, that was quite a bit. I'm in a bit of a bind, aren't I? Oh, I was expecting her to heal up. I think we might have this. Let's see. All right, she didn't heal with an item, so I believe... Yes, Super for the win! Super has saved the day by being super bulky. Alrighty. I shall admit defeat. You are much too strong. I am not much too strong. You take that back. Okay, you win. That was a tough loss. I learned a lot from it. Please, accept this gym badge from me, the gym leader. Yay, we got the Cobble badge. I should explain about that official Pokemon League gym badge. With it, you can use the hidden move Fly outside of battle. Oh, and since you now have 4 gym badges, Pokemon obtained in trades will obey you up to level 50. Oh, and please take this as well. TM60! That TM60 contains the move Drain Punch. That move inflicts damage and it robs the target's HP. Yes, it does. Alright, anyway, I suppose I am grateful I had Shark Pun around for that battle to KO the Machoke and then deal some damage to Lucario. Although Lucario just healed the damage right off, so it didn't really matter. Super ended up having to take it off when it was practically at full health. But Super won the day, so it doesn't matter. Hi, Lucas. Please, can you help me? Some Team Galactic goons took my Pokédex away from me. I need your help to get it back. I'll be waiting in front of the warehouse. Please, come. Well, we need to stop by the Pokemon Center first. In case you didn't know, we were battling the gym leader, Maylene, who is the gym leader. Alright, let's see here. Anyway, yeah, so with the coin case, I am a little tempted to pick up a couple of TMs, because they sell some good TMs here in the game corner. Notably, they have Flamethrower, Ice Beam, and Thunderbolt. Those are the main 3 TMs you can always expect to get from game corners when they're in the games. And it started in Generation 3. Generation 2, where they didn't actually do that. Anyway, more importantly than that, though, Pikachu learned Thunderbolt on its own, as you saw. I should have looked at Pikachu's Level Up Learn set, so that way I can know the right time to evolve it. But, now seems as good a time as any, but I kinda want to give Pikachu some time to shine as a Pikachu, so that way my nephew, if they happen to watch this, will be happy about it. Alright, so let's go ahead and put Disney up front then. Alright, let's see here. Oh, right, and I also need to reorder Disney's moves, because Thunder Wave's at the top, and I don't like it at the top. I like Thunderbolt at the top. There we go. Alrighty, there we go. I just have to remember to read before we do things. Let's see. Talk to Dawn. Oh, hi, Lucas. Please, can you help me? Do you remember Team Galactic? Those horrible people? They tried to steal Professor Rowan's research results in Jubilife. Remember? I ran into them, and they took away my Pokédex. Please, I need your help. Team up and battle with me. No. I'll be waiting. Please get ready and come. Oh. I was expecting something funny from you, Dawn. Oh, God, and she repeats the whole thing again? I now hate you, Dawn. You and your Pokemon together with me and my Pokemon? United like this, our dream team has no chance of losing. I'm not letting those bad people get away with their dirty deeds. If you say so, Dawn. Alright, so we're challenged by Galactic Grunt and Galactic Grunt. They sent out Zubat, and Galactic Grunt also sent out Zubat. Alright, but we've got Disney here. Through the power of Disney, you shall be defeated. Aw, yeah. Zubat is weak to Thunderbolts because it is half flying. Anyway, the fact that Dawn or Lucas, if you happen to be playing as the lady character, is using a Clefairy can actually make this battle very not good. Also, the fact that these guys love to use Confuse Ray. So, they seem to prefer to use Gravity on the first turn. So Gravity is one of those more rare situations because it's not really used that commonly. But what gravity will do is it'll make it so any Pokemon who is flying or using levitate or anything like that will be on the ground and can therefore be hurt by ground type moves. Anyway, I think I might need to swap Disney out here. Although they're picking on Clefairy, and I don't mind that because I hate Clefairy. The thing that can actually make that Clefairy very problematic is that it knows Metronome. So if they decide to use Metronome and they hit an unfortunate move, that can be really bad for you. Like if they use Metronome and got Earthquake or Magnitude, that would hit Disney, and then Disney would probably get KO'd. Fortunately, they seem to be liking Sing at the moment, so that's a neat thing. It rhymes because it's true. Alright, let's see here. Stunky! Alright, and I think I want to get rid of that confusion. I want to make sure Disney gets experience. We're gonna swap her out for Super! Alright, there's the Metronome. Toxic? Oh, that was the worst possible move she could have gotten. Possibly. Why didn't you finish off Clefairy? I would have preferred that. You know what? Just for that, you get to live longer. Alright, and using. Let's see here. Barrage? Ugh, what a pointless move to get. So Barrage is a move that hits between 1 and 5 times, and I think it has a really low base power. A lot of moves like that really do. Although her Clefairy getting KO'd might be bad. Oh, no, never mind. She has a Kadabra. I didn't even realize she had a Kadabra. Oh god, why are you using Psycho Cut on a Kadabra? Psycho Cut is a psychic type move that uses your physical attack. You're not physical, Kadabra. Alright, anyway, here we go. Super is gonna finish off the Stunky, and Stunky has been stun-feated. Done in by 2 kids. This isn't right. I should have kept my head down and just watched our warehouse. Yes, you should have. Aw, that stinks. Our Pokemon are chumps. We should get new ones from headquarters. Who cares about some Pokédex anyway? Team Galactic's going to own all the Pokemon in the world. No, in the universe. There, take it. Take your Pokédex. Thank you. Those things we had in the warehouse have already been moved to Pastoria City anyway, so we'll say you'll get yours and run like the grunts we are. Well, at least they're self-aware. What's going on? Why is Team Galactic out in the streets like they own the place? Lucas, thank you sincerely. I would have been lost without my Pokédex. It's indispensable for helping Professor Rowan with his studies. So, Lucas, what are you going to do now? I'm thinking of getting to the Pokemon Mansion on Route 212. I hear they show rare Pokemon to visitors there. Yeah, that's where I caught my Pikachu. Oh no, not you. Have no fear! I have come running! I heard of children feuding with the Team Galactic. It turns out, of course, to be you. Oh, it's that funny man from Jubilife. You insult me to my face? How very uncouth of you. I'm terribly sorry. Team Galactic took my Pokédex, so I was very irritated. I just blurted it out. I should be going now. Be wary of Team Galactic. It is of no matter. Of more interest is the criminal behavior of the Team Galactic. They attempt to steal the belongings of a child? The scale of their criminality, it seems rather minuscule. The triviality of their action makes them more sinister, perhaps. Their warehouse needs investigation. Come with me, and we'll take a look. Alrighty, well, thank you, Mr. Looker, for looking out for us, and looking that way and this and that. A key is necessary for us to go on. For the time being, we cannot give chase to those who run away. Ah, this hidden machine. It is of the hidden move Fly. Lucas, this you should be keeping. It will not do to leave this item here to be used by the Team Galactic. So, we did not learn very much from this exercise. No matter. What concerns me is what I have overheard in the game corner. The Team Galactic has transported something to Pastoria City. What they are up to, I do not know, but I have bad feelings about it. No, that's fine. Anyway, yeah, I do not like Looker's inclusion here to point out the location of HMO2. Because things like that should really be up to the player to discover for themselves, not directly handed to you. Well, I mean, Fly is the fast travel HM, so we could teach it to our Starly or any other flying type Pokemon, and then we can just zip around the region and get back to places, and I'll do all that fun stuff, but it doesn't matter. What does matter is that we are going to heal up our Pokemon here. Anyway, I have been thinking about nicknames I could give to my Pokemans. One thing I used to really like doing, and still kind of do like to do, is to give them names that are anagrams. So an anagram is where you just mix up the letters of a thing. Actually, I wanted to check my PC boxes to see what other things I've caught. I haven't caught many things, but the things I have caught are things that exist in my PC. Alright, I forgot to talk to Bebe again. Let's see. I don't think I have anything that can surf unless Bidoof can. Yeah, actually, being able to surf soon-ish might be necessary, because the next Pokemon I wish to add to my team, I need to have Surf to access it. It's also going to be the Pokemon I plan on surfing around on mainly for the adventure, so a little bit of a double-edged sword there, or what have you, but we'll cover that when we cover that. For the time being, though, we are going to explore Route 214. Oh, I forgot to pick these berries. Or were they always here? Tis a toss-up. Let's see, citrus berries. So citrus berries, I think they're one of the berries that have changed the most over the games, maybe? I'm not sure I should back up that claim or make that claim, whatever the right word for the claim is. Anyway, I believe citrus berries in Generation 3 restored a fixed amount of HP, that fixed amount being 30, and then I believe that in more recent games they updated it so that way they restore 30% of your Pokemon's hit points rather than just a flat 30. Alright, and this guy is a Private Eye Carlos. You'll notice, though, that he was talking about flipping coins. In the Japanese version of this game, he is called a gambler. And that'll become more apparent if his Goldeen gets to attack, because it will likely use Horn Drill, a one-hit KO move. Yes, so one-hit KO moves have a very small chance to actually hit. I don't know the exact odds. I believe it starts at 30%, and then that percentage increases a little bit more if you are at a higher level than your opponent. So, these guys were gamblers in Japanese, but for censorship reasons, because censorship is just weird, they changed them to private investigators. Anyway, this guy here, I believe he is going to have a slew of Pokemon that you can catch in the Safari Zone. Oh yeah, he's definitely got a slew, and Skorupi suggests he has them from the Safari Zone. So I was right, hooray for me. Alright, anyway, let's Thunderbolt Skorupi. Yeah, if I don't really remember correctly, it has been a very long time since I have played Diamond or Pearl, so I think this guy might have different critters in those games, but don't quote me on that. I think yeah, I don't quite remember specifically. I do remember there is a different trainer on this route who will have different Pokemon from those games, but in that case it'll be much more obvious. Ooh, Tropius. So Tropius, it's both one of my favorite Pokemon and one of my least favorite Pokemon. I really like it because its design is neat. I mean, look at it. It's a dinosaur-shaped thing with leaf wings and banana for a beard. Or bananas for a beard. But it's also a really terrible Pokemon that does not evolve, has terrible base stats, and is half grass, which is ass. I should probably apologize for saying that on something that my nephew might watch, but whatever. Anyway, what's more important is that Tropius is not a very good battler, but like Bidoof, it's very good at using HMs. It can learn Cut, Fly, Strength, Rock Smash, the whole works. It even gets Defog. It is also available in the Safari Great Marsh zone, so if you really want to use one, you can. Anticipation made it shudder. Well, that means we're gonna Aerial Ace you. And I am glad to be at the point where Firepun no longer needs to rely on his Dragon Rage. Yeah, I'm not actually using Shark. Yeah, I'm increasingly tempted to drop our Land Shark. But we'll see. We shall see. Anyway, sorry if there's been noise in the background. I was doing I got started on the laundry and then I forgot I was doing it when I started to record, so now there might be laundry machine noises in the background. Or may have been. I don't hear it anymore, but it could still be there. Anyway, Tangela. Tangela is one of the more interesting Pokemon from the first generation. In the first generation of Pokemon, it was the only pure grass type. Every other grass type from Generation 1 is half something else. Most of them are half poison, one of them is half bug, and the other is half psychic. But otherwise, yeah, Tangela is the only pure grass type. In Generation 4, it got an Evolution. It evolves into Tangrowth when it reaches, well actually, when it levels up while it knows the move Ancient Power. So yeah, very neat critter there too. Oh, a little kid like you is... Don't actually care about your dialogue, lady. Alright, Beauty Devon. So this lady is one of my more favorite ones for rematches. In fact, those three trainers there are the ones I usually go for when I'm grinding. Grinding trainers for rematches. Anyway, she has the three versions of Wormadam. So, this one is the Grassy Cloak, which is the half grass, half bug version. And it's dead now. Let's see. Next up is Wormadam. So this is the Ground Cloak. This is the one that is half ground. Unfortunately, I don't think Wormadam benefits at all from its various cloaks except for the type change. I don't think it learns any moves that will match its secondary type at all. So, well, unless Hidden Power happens to match that type. So it makes Wormadam's various forms a purely defensive change rather than an offensive one. I do believe, just like Mothim, its counterpart evolution, it'll get a lot of psychic type moves and whatnot, but I would not recommend relying on Wormadam. It's very mediocre. And the fact that it can't learn moves that match its secondary typing just makes it all the worse, especially if you actually needed its secondary typing for more offensive than defensive purposes. Let's see here. Okay, anyway. Yeah, who are you? What do you want? Yeah, you're a psychic. Alright, anyway. So yeah, that was a neat interaction with all of the different Wormadam forms. And, you know, for a psychic type, he's certainly using a ghost type. Duskull! Duskull is a Generation 3 Pokemon, and one interesting thing I've noted about a few of the Generation 3 Pokemon, I don't know if I already brought it up, but whatever, we will bring it up now anyway, is that when they evolve, their appearance seems to change very drastically. Duskull becomes Dusclops, which looks more like a mummy for Halloween. And then Shuppet into Bayonet is a very significant change. Shuppet looks like a cloth on the end of a string meant to look like a ghost, like a Halloween decoration. But on the other hand, its evolved form, Bayonet, doesn't look anything like that. It's supposed to be a possessed doll, and it is very creepy in that regard. Alright, anyway, Kadabra. Kadabra here has lower... Oh no, it has lower physical defenses. It also has the ability Synchronize. So, with Synchronize, as you saw, if you get inflicted with a status condition, it will inflict that same status condition on your opponent. It is largely an irrelevant status condition, especially in the more modern era of Pokemon. An irrelevant ability, especially in the modern era of Pokemon, because most Pokemon that inflict status conditions are often immune to those same status conditions. It can still work against grass types. In modern Pokemon games, grass-type Pokemon are immune to powder moves, so you can't use Sleep Powder or Stun Spore or anything like that. But they are still vulnerable to the status conditions they cause. So, if you happen to use Stun Spore on a Kadabra, it will Synchronize, and the Grass-type Pokemon will get paralyzed too. Synchronized, however, does not affect freeze and sleep, I believe. If your Pokemon falls asleep or becomes frozen from an effect, it does not apply that status condition to its opponent. I guess the idea being that the Pokemon has to be awake and is using some sort of psychic power to share its struggles. But yeah, it's otherwise a mostly useless status condition. Like, a lot of the times if you're getting burnt, it's a Fire-type Pokemon that's burning you, and Fire-type Pokemon can't be burned. Electric-type Pokemon in more modern Pokemon games cannot be paralyzed, and yeah, I think that's it. Maybe Ice types can't be frozen, I don't know for sure. I do know in Generation 1, the freeze status condition was virtually a KO, because the only way for you to not be frozen is to get hit by a Fire-type move. And if you freeze your opponent, and you know that, you're not going to hit your opponent with a Fire-type move. Alright, anyway. While I wasn't sure about Mr. Great Marsh, I am sure about Douglas here. Douglas has completely different Pokemon in Diamond and Pearl, because here he is using the Evolutions. So here we have the Jolt of the Eons. So we're gonna swap in for Super. Aw, yeah. Oh no, it's gonna spam Sand Attack. I hate you already, Jolt of the Eons. Well, it's fine. We can just leave Super in and deal with the accuracy drops. Anyway, the one thing to keep in mind about the Evolutions is that, at least for Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon, they all have abilities that absorb their own element. Jolteon has Volt Absorb, Flareon has Flash Fire, and Vaporeon has Water Absorb. So, Vaporeon and Jolteon get healed by their status conditions, while Flareon gets a buff to its Fire-type moves if they get hit by its same type. That's what I meant to say, not status conditions. And I already deleted Shockwave for Thunderbolt. Alright, hopefully Disney's got this. Yes, Disney's got this. We're gonna hit you with the Thunderbolt. Yeah, stupid sand attacks. Oh no! Yeah, Vaporeon actually has a lot of hit points, so it is actually very bulky. Anyway, another interesting thing to note about the Evolutions is that they are some of the only Pokemon that benefit right away from evolving via Evolutionary Stone immediately. So, if I had evolved Disney into a Raichu immediately, for example, it would no longer learn any level up moves. And most Pokemon who evolve by level up are the same way. They don't learn any more moves as they level up. I think the exceptions are Moonstone evolutions. Well, some of the Moonstone evolutions, the only ones I can immediately think of are Nidoking and Queen. Anyway, I digress. Point is, if I had evolved Disney into a Raichu right away, it would not have learned any more level up moves, but the evolutions, they do have level up moves after using an evolutionary stone. So that makes them distinct from other evolution-related Pokemon, or stone evolution-related Pokemon, in that you actually do want to evolve them right away. Ooh, and even despite the burn, that was nearly a one-shot. That is Gouda. I don't know if I already mentioned it, but the burn status condition cuts the attack stat of whoever is inflicted by it. So, by 50%. So, yeah, Quagsire was only hitting half as hard with that dig, or, sorry, Super. Super only hit half as hard, and she still got the one shot, because Super is that amazing. Yay, Super. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and take away that EXP share from Disney, swap her with Super, and then we're gonna give Super the EXP share. Let's see, there it is. I didn't want to give you the max repel. I'm so sure I hit down. Maybe I didn't hit down enough. Anyway, EXP share. So, actually, that is semi-related, or something I just remembered to bring up, is that for held items, if you give the Pokemon most handheld items, like let's say a Super Potion, they don't actually know how to use those, so it's effectively they're holding nothing if they're in battle. They do know how to use natural items, such as berries, so they'll use those when the situation is, when the situation calls for it. But there are some man-made items that they do know how to use, or will apply their effects, so the XP share being one of those. But anyway, Pokemon not being able to use man-made items is a neat bit of world-building consistency thing. Pokemon are technically supposed to be wild animals, although Pokemon Legends Arceus would argue otherwise. But we're not talking about that right now. What we are talking about is the fact that we are fully healed. And about man-made items. So, I guess the implication is that some man-made items made specifically for Pokemon to hold on to give them certain benefits, whether or not they are aware of it. So I guess that's the implication of the trainer, is that you're giving them an item and having them do things that makes the most of their tools, or what have you. Which I guess is neat enough explanation for why Pokemon need trainers, I suppose. Wait, I thought we found a different guy. Okay. Anyway, this guy is gonna battle us here and now. And he's a Ruin Maniac, which means, yep, he has Bronzor. Okay, so Bronzor either has Levitate or Fireproof. Let's check that out with a Mud Bomb. Alright, so it's got Levitate. Ugh, and it put me to sleep. How annoying. Okay. Well, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna just kill yo ass with my fire puns. Alright, let's go for those Fire Fangs. Yee! Alrighty. That wasn't a one-shot. I was hoping for a one-shot. Fortunately, it didn't go for Hypnosis again, because it would have hit. Hypnosis only has 60 accuracy. Unless the AI use it, then it's 110% accurate. Facts. The AI has never missed with Hypnosis. You have never seen it, ever. And if you tell me otherwise, you are lying. Except not really. Slash? Fire Pun doesn't need Slash. Alrighty. Craniadose. Craniadose is breaking the mold. Oh no, our best bet against Craniados is asleep. It was Super. Let's go for Yogapun. Alrighty, Yogapun, you got this. Ew, scary face. You may not got this, because Craniados knows Headbutt. No, but it's using Takedown instead. Anyway, funny fact about Craniados. Apparently its physical attack stat is on par with legendary Pokemon. I think it might even have more than some legendary Pokemon. And it's a Craniados. It's a base form Pokemon that the first gym leader has. You know, normally a rock type gym leader, who is the first gym leader, will have a very pathetic Pokemon to lead with. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna teach Fly to Starly, because we have it with us at this moment in time. Alrighty, Starly, you are gonna fly for us. Because I don't want to risk running into a thing if we use Rock Smash, although I guess I could just put Disney or Yogapun in the front, or someone else. Alright, there we go. Good job, Starly. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Yes, please, restore my tired and battered Pokemon back to full health, and then tell us we hope to see you again, like the war criminal you are. Alright, anyway. Alright, and then I have made it come to a decision about the land shark. So I'll leave her in the party for now. I'm not gonna feed her any more experience though. Her replacement should come soon-ish enough, and like I said prior, with Super around, that's pretty much the whole reason I even picked up Land Shark in the first place. Although, I probably didn't even need to use Land Shark, and I probably could have just made my way here with Plant Pun, Fire Pun, and Yoga Pun. But that's not the important part. The important part is, I already trained Land Shark up. Oh right, I don't have Rock Smash on me. I probably need to teach that to somebody. Okay, let's see. Rock Smash. Well, actually, if I don't necessarily need it, there's no harm in not teaching it, right? Right, let's go ahead and put off Rock Smash for now. In that case, we're gonna need to use a Repel. Alright, and that's actually a thing I learned from the speed run. If you need to navigate your menu quickly, hit select to move an item, and then that lets you go up or down a lot faster than you would be able to without having use select to move the item. So, if you were wondering why I did that, that is why. Oh hey, this guy has a Porygon, that's neat. Alright, and Super has Water Absorb, that is also neat. Although Super isn't weak to water, so I guess it's not really relevant, but I can also safely swap it in when I expect to get hit by a water-type move, so that'll be a thing. Oh wow, this Porygon's getting fast. It's so speedy. It's like Speedy Gonzales. Alrighty. But we have successfully used Dig. Oh, and it knows Recover. Interesting. Okay, I don't think Super is going to be able to beat this one-on-one then, unless it decides to just not use Recover. But I'm assuming the reason it's not attacking is because it doesn't know any other moves that can hit Super. And then we get a critical hit, so it doesn't matter. I was thinking of swapping to Yogapun. Alright, well, whatever. The point is, Super is now level 30, and all of our Pokemon are now level 30. That was the level I wanted to hit for the gym leader we just defeated. Alright, so it might be a bit premature, but we're actually going to take that EXP share and give it back to Disney. The reason being, I expect Disney... Oh, come on, you. That is the button I have. Oh, right, because I'm giving it an item. They don't let me move them around while you're while you're in that menu that way. That's what's going on. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to hit select to move an item around, but it wasn't even working. Okay, we already battled that guy when we were going to get Disney. Let's see, there's an item down here, so we may as well grab it. And yeah, since we have Super in the lead, it is very important that we have a repel active. So when you're trying to run away from a wild Pokemon, whether or not you can escape is determined by your speed stat. So since Super is really slow, her odds of being able to escape from a wild Pokemon are very slim. The more faster you are compared to your opponent, also more faster, English. Anyway, the faster you are compared to your opponent, the better odds you have of escaping. In fact, I think it's if you have a significant speed advantage, it's impossible to not escape. Oh, one other thing I should bring up about this area we are currently in. You can catch Houndour here. So, Houndour is one of the new fire types they added in Platinum. Well, I say new, but it's been around. Houndour has been around since Generation 2, although you wouldn't know that from its limited availability. Anyway, so, if you wanted to use Houndour in a in-game playthrough, this is one of the better games to do it in, since it's actually there for you. Let's see. Anyway, Repel's effect wore off. That's fine. We don't need Repel. All right, anyway, talk to this guy. Hi, I'm the game director. Oh, you're working on filling a Pokédex? I hope you'll come show me your Pokédex when you've filled it up more. So, yeah, he is the game director. I believe in the post-game, after you've become the champion, you can challenge him to a battle, and he'll be a super boss. I don't know when that tradition started, but if it started in this generation, then that is a thing you can do. I know you can do it in black and white, and I think it was also, yeah, you can do it in black and white. So at the very least, it started in Generation 5. Also, did the game get darker all of a sudden? Oh, right, I don't want to talk to any of these people. I don't even know why I'm going into these buildings. I don't care about any of you. Alright, anyway, if you need healing, just talk to this guy. Ah, hello, you wish to stay a night? But you've no reservations. I'm afraid we are totally booked. You may rest a while if you wish. And this place functions like a Pokemon Center. He even gives us the nurse dialogue. He hopes to see us again with injured Pokemon because he's a sadist. Okay, anyway. This child here has Pokemon too. Isn't this nice? I love my inflatable tube. Why am I reading your dialogue? I don't care about you. It rhymes because it's true. All right, anyway, Tuber Jared. He has Shellos. Shellos is no match for my Super. We are going to dig and dig and dig and dig. Ah, your hidden power means nothing against my Super while it is underground. Alright, and unfortunately that wasn't a one-hit KO like I hoped it would be. One other thing to note about the AI in these games, I believe they are aware of your abilities even if you are not. So for example, Super has the Water Absorb ability, which gives it a water-type immunity. So, I do believe that the opponent will not use any water-type moves against Super unless they happen to swap it in on one. Oh, that's the laundry done. Anyway. I figured I should wait for... Oh, no, it's still beeping. It beeps a lot. Anyway, I think that is something they changed in the more recent games. So the opponents will attempt to use a move that should be super effective if it doesn't account for your ability. And then, after they realize that it doesn't work, or after it's been demonstrated that it doesn't work, then the AI will switch to something else if the Pokemon can. The more recent games give the opposing Pokemon such limited movesets that sometimes they can't even do that much. Alright, but in this game, in this game, at the very least, they are aware of your abilities and will keep them in mind at the start of the battle all the way to its finish. So these Shellos will never use a water type, or I shouldn't say never, probably won't use a water type move against Super because Super is immune to water. And unfortunately, Dig is not quite a one-hit KO. I cannot wait until Super learns Earthquake at whatever level that is. I forgot to look it up. Okay. Anywhoozin, we already talked about rain. We have been through 2 routes that have perpetual rain, and we're gonna be retreading through one of them for the EXPs. Alrighty. Anywhoozin. Also, you can fish for some neat Pokemon on this route. With the Good Rod, you can capture the world's most forgettable Pokemon to have ever existed ever. It's called Finneon. And I bet you don't even know what that is. And oh my goodness. I probably shouldn't make bets on that. People probably know what Finneon is. But I digress. It's one of the most forgettable Pokemon to have ever existed ever in the history of mankind ever. We'll probably see it in the water-type gym, though. Ah, Remoraid. Speaking of Pokemon who evolve into things that don't look like what they evolved from, Remoraid evolves into an octopus. But it's not a Generation 3 Pokemon. Remoraid actually debuted in Generation 2. I've never actually used Remoraid in an in-game playthrough. I should probably get around to that. Well, whatever. Point is, Remoraid is pretty frail, so it is down. Another Remoraid! And I do believe Remoraid is in Diamond and Pearl, so if you are playing one of those, or the remakes, Remoraid should be pretty easy to get a hold of if you want to use one. Whether or not I'd recommend it is another matter entirely, but that's not the point. The point is, we have probably KO'd this Remoraid as well. One notable thing about Remoraid is that it was also in Pokemon Colosseum. So in Pokemon Colosseum, those were Generation 3 games, or it was a Generation 3 game, but it was meant to be more supportive to the main Generation 3 games. It wasn't made by Nintendo, it was made by their animation department, Genius Sonority, I believe. Anyway, I'm getting too caught up in details that I should have mentioned already. Anyway, so in Pokemon Colosseum, most of the critters you can catch in that are from the 2nd generation, since Generation 2 critters were difficult to get a hold of at the time of Pokemon Colosseum's release. If you had a Game Shark or other hacking device, you could just hack in them, or hack them in, or something like that. But if you wanted to not cheat, then there were very few official ways to get some Generation 2 Pokemon. So Colosseum was pretty much put out to support that endeavor. Also, endeavor is a word I just used. Anyway, this guy is the footprint guy. Pokemon are quite easy for me to read. I need only to see their footprints, and their innermost thoughts are revealed to me. Oh, you are skeptical of my claim? Then let your Quagsire walk in front of me, right here. Her name is Super. From its footprints, I will determine how it feels about you. Her? Me? I like to sleep most of the time. Oh, I like to eat too. That's next. But what I really like is to think. I'm a very deep thinker. When I think about the future of the Quagsire species... Oh, I forgot where the time goes. Are you... And that is what your Quagsire thinks of you. Are you implying that my Quagsire is stupid? Alright, well, actually, let's go ahead and move Fire Pun to the front and see what happens there. Okay, Fire Pun, what are you thinking? Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see. Some wild Pokemon frown upon others for traveling with humans. They jeer that the caught Pokemon have forgotten the wild. But that view is mistaken. They have just never met a trainer who could be a great partner. A great partner like Lucas, in other words. And that is what your Charmeleon thinks of you. Yeah, if your Pokemon has maxed friendship when you show it to him, he will give your Pokemon the Footstep ribbon, which is basically just the max friendship ribbon. I do believe there are lots of ribbons to get. I do know that there are some folks who are doing a get all the ribbons sort of thing, or I think there are a few folks who have actually done that, gotten every possible ribbon there is to get. Anyway, more importantly than that, though, is that if you do want to get every possible available ribbon ever on a Pokemon, you have to pick a Pokemon from Colosseum or its sequel, Gale of Darkness, because those Pokemon, or the Shadow Pokemon in those games, get a ribbon when they are purified, and that is the only way to get that ribbon. So, if you want a Pokemon with every possible conceivable ribbon, you have to keep transferring the one critter you got in Colosseum up and then earning the ribbon with it. Alright, anyway, we are going to heal up at this Pokemon Center. That will set it as our return point. And that is important because this is the town with the next gym. This is Pastoria City. We get to meet Crasher Wake again, just like he said. We're gonna put Disney in front for now. For no reason. I mean, it's not like I'm expecting a battle to pop up or something like that. But also, before we head to the gym, let's go ahead and spend some money, because why not? Why not? And, you know, for the situations where I run into a wild Pokemon, I just want to get it over with as quickly as possible. So if I can't run, or if I don't feel like running, we're going to throw a Quick Ball. I love me Quick Balls. Alright. And that'll do for now, I suppose. Alright, anywhoozin, let us go ahead and get to the gym. We're gonna take this stuff on. Oh, it's Barry. Whoops. I'm not always going to plow into you every time we meet. So how's it going, Lucas? Buffing up your Pokemon, eh? I'll test you and your Pokemon out to see how buff and tough you are. So, yeah. Rival battle before you can go into this gym. It can take you by surprise, so just be wary of running directly to the gym. Oh wow, his levels are pretty high. I might actually be underleveled because of my decision to use so many Pokemon so early. Hopefully Disney's Thunderbolt will hit. I am starting to regret overwriting Shockwave. I think at some point, he will stop relying so much on Double Team. I forget when that is, but that point is not now, so it's irrelevant. What isn't irrelevant is that Disney gained a level, and now she's level 31. Ponyta? You expect me to beat me with a Ponyta? Well, I will counter with Super. Anyway, if it wasn't for Landshark, we'd actually be using the same number of battling Pokemons. Anyway, yeah, looking back, I am actually starting to regret my decision to capture and use Landshark, because I really did not need the electric-type immunity at the point in time when I caught her. But it was nice to show off Gibble and Gabite and how they have access to Dragon Rage at that point in the game, so spamming it on Fire Pun wasn't really such a horrendous crime. Alright, I don't know if he's gonna go directly for a Grass-type move or if he's gonna go Status. I think he'll go for an offensive Grass move since he probably has a KO on Super. Alright, and that gets my obligatory use Fire Pun for every major battle out of the way. because I kind of forgot I have that restriction for this battle. To be fair, when I thought of that, I was mostly thinking about the gyms. I forgot about rival battles and Team Galactic leaders, but I should include them too. Prin Plump! Get used to seeing it as a Prin Plump, because this is the last time we will see it as a Prin Plump. I don't know what he said there. Let's go ahead and try and burn it with a Fire Fang. Oh wow, that did almost nothing. Bubble Beam, how dare you? Yeah, I probably should have just swapped directly out. In fact, yeah, I definitely should have. Let's just go for Dragon Rage. I do kind of want the free switch, and I don't know if he's going to use Bubble Beam. Yeah, since I was on such low HP, he just went for something else that could KO. I was thinking I could swap to Super and use Water Absorb, but that didn't happen. I probably should have just done that right away. Anyway, Disney's got this. Disney has got this. And then I may need to evolve Disney for the gym battle. We shall see. But I want to keep it as a Pikachu as long as possible, just for the sake of my little dear nephew. Alright. Yes, I'm telling you, you're lost because you're pathetic. Hey! Yeah, maybe you did get a bit tougher since last time. That even shocked me a bit. So yeah, I got beat because I was careless. Oh yeah, I joined Mr. Wake as an apprentice. Like, I want my own theme song. Oh, God. Well, whatever. I'm gonna pop back to the Pokemon Center, but I'm gonna go ahead and call that here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.